Yo, what is good, my fellow monsters and hunters of share? Godsend Killer here, bringing you guys, of course, some more Evolve. On today's video, we're going to be discussing on who should you focus on first as monster. Should it be Trapper, Support, Medic, or even Assault? Now, the reason why this is even brought up is because I have a subscriber that pretty much kind of asked me this question, and also there's a lot of monster players that don't know who they should focus on, and as a result end up losing the match. Hell, even a veteran player like myself, I still make those mistakes. I'm not perfect, I still make a mistake where I'm focusing on the wrong target, and as a result I end up losing the match because of it. It's really monster tunnel vision that I get sometimes, where I see somebody with low health and I'm just like, ooh, I gotta get that kill, and by the time I get the kill, I then lost so much health that it's hard to make a comeback. So who do you focus on first, and in which order? Because sometimes it isn't really wise to just go for the person that you see in front of you. So who do you go for first? Now here's the thing about this. It really just depends on the situation. There is no one foolproof plan that's like, oh, you always focus on the Trapper first and then Support, Medic, and Assault. However, I will say that Support and Medic are definitely high value targets, and if you can take them out pretty early, it would make your job a lot easier. But really, it just depends on what type of situation you're in and who is actually being picked, because a match is going to be different if you have a Hank on the team versus having a Cabot on the team, or Lazarus or something like that. So it really just depends on who is actually being played. Now, saying for instance you're trying to mitigate, but you get caught in a dome where you can't really mitigate too much damage because it's a tight dome. There's not a lot of areas you can hide behind. So usually in that situation, Trapper is going to be somebody you're going to want to focus, or you're going to really take a lot of damage trying to jump around the dome a lot. Now, let's say another situation, you're having a hard time killing people because you have a Support that's constantly shielding or boosting the people away, and you have a Medic that's healing these people that are being shielded or boosted away. So you're having a hard time really killing somebody, or I should say downing somebody. In that situation, you would probably want to try to focus on the Medic or the Support. Usually I would say Support takes a little bit more precedence over the Medic, because Support can last a little bit longer due to the cloak, or if you're playing against the Sunny, her own shields can shield her. And of course, we're having cloaks too. She becomes kind of a pain in the ass to have to deal with. So taking out a Sunny in that situation may help, or even a Hank, because Hank is still really good. Even though he doesn't have boost, his shields are really good, and he has a orbital drill that can scare you off and do a lot of damage. So in that situation, usually I would say a Support would be more of your target, the target you should focus on. But then again, what about if that Medic is a Lazarus? Lazarus might be a priority because he can just revive everybody that you're downing and make all your hard work be for nothing. So it really just depends on the situation. You're gonna hear me say that a lot. It really does depend on the situation. So say you're in a situation where you're dealing with an overly aggressive team. Like you're trying to cut around corners and mitigate as much as you can in the dome, but they're just following you. They are just staying on you. If they break line of sight of the rest of their team, which they usually do, you can take advantage of that and get some good damage and even get a down, depending on who broke out of line of sight of the rest of their team. So you have to be an opportunist with monster. You may have heard me say this, especially with my Gorgon videos, but you gotta kind of be an opportunist and take advantage of what's going on around you, because sometimes the hunters will make their own mistake and end up bringing the loss to themselves, because they ended up getting out of position and you ended up taking down their Medic or their Support or their Trapper several times, to where it's hard for them to make a comeback. So again, and I know I said it, but it really does depend on the situation at hand. It depends on who is being picked, what comp you're facing, because you got some teams that are more defensive, while you have other teams that are, of course, more aggressive, and some where they're in between. So it really just depends on who's being picked and what situation you're going through. But again, I would say that Medic and Support are definitely like high value targets, and those, if you can take them out, it'll probably make your job a lot easier. But anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video and found it somewhat informative. If you like videos like this, let me know what you would like me to talk about next on Evolve, because hopefully I can share some knowledge with you guys to help you step your game up with playing Monster, or even in Evolve in general. I'm not the best player, but I've been playing for a while, so I've learned a few things here and there. So again, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up. If you didn't, leave a thumbs down. But until next time, you guys take it easy. Laters.